It's no surprise that Brookhaven updates have been quite dull lately. There are several new generic cars, new boats that require a premium membership to use, and to be honest, I've never seen anyone using these types of vehicles here in Brookhaven. And if that wasn't enough, now we have a new super expensive game pass. By accessing the Roblox website, you'll see this game pass called VIP, which costs just 999 Robux. Yes, it's really a lot of Robux. And that's why in this video I'm going to show you what this new game pass is like and also improve Brookhaven by making a real update to this game. Let's go! Well, guys, honestly I don't think the VIP transition is very good, but I'm going to show you what's there so you can judge for yourselves if I'm right or wrong. The first benefit in this pass is basically a VIP tag in the text chat. As you probably already know, if I go here to this little text thing and type, for example, hello, besides the speech bubble appearing above my head, in the chat it will also show up as if I were a premium. This way, all the players in the same game as me will know that I wasted money on this game. Just kidding, the premium pass is really good. Well, this VIP tag in the chat should be exactly the same as the premium one. So let's go spend 999 Robux. Oh, my wallet! And now that I'm 1000 Robux poorer, I can finally come here in the chat, type hello, and the VIP tag will be there in the chat. Well, to be honest, I don't care about these things, but I'm sure some people will think it's super cool. The next thing on the list is no wait time for houses. Well, honestly, this seems super interesting. And well, to see if this really works, I came to the normal Brookhaven page so you can see that I'm not in a private server anymore. And honestly, I hope at least for this, the VIP pass works. As you can see, I'm now in a public Brookhaven server, right? And I need to find a place to put my house. I'm going to put it anywhere, a place as easy as possible, like house 13. And coming here to this house, I'll put anything here, like this premium house that I have. Okay, our house is well set up here, and now basically I'll have to remove it or switch houses to see if it works without waiting, right? So I'm going to put this other premium house too. And look, guys, look, it's really switching without us having to wait the 10 minutes we used to wait. Yeah, honestly, despite complaining a lot about this game pass, it has its value. Okay, since some things on the list are not worth testing or we can't test now, I'm going to skip to this part that says we can use 2 cars or 2 boats at the same time in any type of server. Also having access to VIP props. And while I was looking at this, a girl appeared with a giant animal here. Man, what is this? Man, it's simply a giant capybara attacking me here. What madness. But anyway, as I was saying, now we can put 2 cars in the server. Man, the first one I'm going to put is this beige tank here, right? As you can see, it's mine. Clearly, it has my license plate here. In the second car, I'm going to look for some VIP car that I haven't used yet. Like this one here. And look, the VIP cars they're showing here are basically event cars. Man, like, I don't really like these event cars, but if they are available at any time without having to do those missions, it's much easier. So basically I'm going to put this Halloween car here, if I'm not mistaken, and as you can see, it also has my license plate, so it's true, I can use 2 cars here, right? So I have a tank and a car here, and both have the license plate nicely without problems. Well, the only thing that bothers me about these cars is that, as you can see, I only have access to these different cars when I'm VIP, and it costs 1000 Robux. And like I said, I don't really like these cars, so for me, it's not really worth it in this part. I also had a little hope of having some different props inside this box, but unfortunately, I don't see anything VIP here. So yeah, really, I think we were fooled in this part. The next thing I didn't understand very well, but it seems to be an effect that we'll put on our name. And the closest thing to that was basically here that I saw, right? Which is this thing that has a crown. And here we have these more standard effects, which should be free, but there are also some paid effects down here with this VIP access. So I'm going to put this one that looks like a little green slime in. How cool! Now I'm kind of stinking, right? Man, really, I'm kind of stinking. Man, how gross! So I can put a fire effect. I'm going to put this orange fire effect, and look, I'm super stylish, but I'm kind of burning, right? Okay, the name effect should be on the screen here, so I'm going to put my name, obviously, and I can put 3 effects here, I think. So, how cool! Okay, I can also put this second one that also blinks like a gamer LED, right? And this third option is cuter, right? It's calmer and all. I really like this here. Well, this is the first first thing I've seen that looks like a real VIP server, like Club Penguin and those older games that had this type of name change, you know? It's a very silly thing, but I found it cool. Okay, the next thing, I don't really believe, but it says we can place at least 5 houses on the Brookhaven map. And well, this is very strange because not even in the private server can you do that. But since we are here, let's try. I already have a house right here, as you can see, and I can click another one right here. And, yeah, apparently you can't place more than one house here, but maybe in a private server, you can. So, going back to my private server, I'm going to go to house 11 and place any house I see. And now I'm going to house 16 and try to place a house. And, unfortunately, it didn't work either. Maybe I misunderstood, or maybe it's just really buggy. And well, surprisingly, these are the only positive parts of this VIP Game Pass. Honestly, for those who make videos, it's super cool. There are many cool things, but for those who played Brookhaven normally, I don't think it's worth it. And well, the first thing we have to do to create an update for Brookhaven is to go to Roblox Studio, because here we can add or remove any item we want. Well, the first thing we'll change in Roblox Studio is this part of the shops here, which as you can see, there's Brookhaven White, several other shops that most people don't usually use, right? So that's why I've already removed all these shops here so we can put shops that are more interesting for us to use. The first shop that came to mind was a technology store, like Apple, which you can see is a store very similar to the real Apple, which unfortunately is very easy to arrange here. So I'm going to put it right here in this corner and lower it to the ground to be more level. And as a competitor to this store, I'm also going to place a Samsung store next to it, which you can see looks a bit simpler, but also has several phone devices here. So let's rotate this thing and place it exactly on the street like this iPhone part. Well, these two phone shops already replaced this bookstore that no one uses books anymore, and also this other store that sells more generic and unbranded phones. Another thing I want to put here is another building with apartments because there are few apartments here in Brookhaven, which are just these two here. So I'm going to place 2 more apartments here, but on the opposite side of the map, to have 2 real streets, not just that bunch of random shops. Let's just make an adjustment here to make it fit nicely on the street. And done! Our updated street is starting to look better. Here in this empty space, I'm going to place a Supreme store, which is basically a well-known clothing brand store in the United States. But since it's very small, this one I'm going to have to adjust by increasing its size like this. And a strange thing I noticed is that when we shrink or enlarge the size, it looks like a troll face on the screen. Look how bizarre. But anyway, I increased the size, made an adjustment, and it looks pretty cool too. To occupy this small space here, I'm going to place a shoe store because generally shoes and clothes are sold in different stores. Besides that, this was the smallest store I found, so it's the only one that fits in this tiny spot. After a few more tweaks, our street looks like this. Another place that hasn't received a good update in a while is this part here, where Brookhaven's pool is, and also this mini water slide. Of course, I'm also going to modify this area because I'm sure we can place a much better water slide than this one. And with a simple click, we'll place a slide that is certainly much better than the one in Brookhaven. Besides, I'm also going to increase the size of the pool. So let's remove these blocks here. And now I'm going to fix what needs to be fixed, which in this case is this part that was missing a piece. Another thing I'm going to do here is basically remove these toys from the daycare. So I'm going to delete the whole daycare to make our work easier. I'm also going to remove Brookhaven's police station from here because I don't think it's very nice to have a police station near a fun place, you know? And in the place where the daycare and the police station were, I'm going to place a shopping mall. But it's not small at all, man. But to use this mall, I'm first going to need to make some adjustments. The first one will be to destroy Brookhaven School because honestly, it's not going to be missed. And now I can also take Brookhaven's hospital and move it more towards the city center. Now with all this free space, I'm going to place our mall here, which will basically be the one I showed before. And now I can access all this floor that is in different colors and paint them black to match the asphalt color. I even accidentally painted Brookhaven streets, but I think it looks better this way. Well, another thing that I think could be updated in Brookhaven is basically the food trucks. Like this van here for example. As you can see, if I click this little button it changes to various types of food trucks, like hot dogs, tacos, and things like that. And that's why I found it interesting to revitalize our Brookhaven and place real food trucks in this area that was left empty. And well, the idea of placing food trucks here is basically those places that look like a little fair, you know? That is several trucks for us to eat different foods. And well, now that we've placed these new food trucks, I think it's a good idea to add new updated cars in Brookhaven. Well, our luck is that Roblox Studio has a huge variety of cars, and the first one I'm going to add, of course, will be Lightning McQueen. I'm going to place these cars on the street as if they were being used by people, right? In this case, it wouldn't need a person to drive it, but that's okay. And by placing several of these updated cars, I'm sure I've already done much more than Wolfpack did all year. There's even a simpler car, like this one that looks like an old Chevette, and even Japanese drift cars. And yes, I know I haven't made many changes to Brookhaven, but this is to prove that I can make a better update than Wolfpack in just one video. And well, I'm already here in our updated Brookhaven, and as you can see, it turned out quite nicely, with several different things and all. But now I'm going to show more detailed things, like inside the stores, and if these cars really work so we can compare them with Brookhaven. And well, the first thing I want to test is this car here, which looks like a Formula 1 car. So let's get in it here and look how cool it is. Man, it looks super fast, right? And I don't even need a game pass to make it super fast. Just accelerate forward. Yeah, it's indestructible too. Okay, now starting with the buildings, as you can see, we have McDonald's here, which inside is super similar to a regular McDonald's. It really looks like a real place. There are some promotions up here. We also have the kitchen area, which is exactly like McDonald's, and even the area where the hamburgers are made, and also our fries kits here. Honestly, the McDonald's here is almost better than everything that was in this mall here in this place, you know? Further ahead, we have the gas station and also a convenience store, which unfortunately has nothing inside. It's inconvenient, isn't it? Well, the place I really liked modifying was basically the Brookhaven pool, which I made much bigger, you know? I completely expanded the pool to this side here, and we also installed a new slide that is definitely much better than the old one that was in Brookhaven. And well, taking advantage of the fact that we're already here, I'm going to test the slide. So let's go down here. Look, and man, look at this. I'm going down all crooked here, but it really works and it's super fun. Man, way better than the old one in Brookhaven. And well, on this street were those shops that nobody cares about in Brookhaven, and I placed several shops that honestly I don't care about either, because these Samsung buildings turned out very ugly. I just duplicated them, but honestly, it's what Wolfpack would definitely do. And well, the last modification is basically this giant Brookhaven mall here, which I placed in place of the school and also the hospital. But honestly, I think it could be much better since it's all kind of empty. Like, there's nothing here. Apparently, it's just an empty restaurant with some drink stuff here and also several other stores that are about to be rented, which honestly has nothing selling here, now that I notice this mall is much emptier than it should be, actually. So, do you think my update is better than Wolfpack's? Comment down below and don't forget to like the video. Thank you very much to everyone who stayed until the end of the video, and see you in the next video. Bye!